What's up, guys? It's KikiZilla here. I'm gonna wait for some people to get into the chat before we start doing this. But yes, this I'm gonna leave up this video for a while. So I hope the stream is gonna be short because I want to leave it up as a video, as an explanation to people who are gonna be wondering about this for a while. So I'm gonna wait for some people to come in so we just have some more of a live audience. But I've been intending to talk about this COPPA thing for quite some time, like a really long time. And I just was really busy at work. And then a lot of the time I just couldn't muster the motivation. I actually did a couple recordings. I just didn't like the way they came out. Some new information came out. Turned out it wasn't really that much new information. And so, yeah, now it's leaving us here. So I wanted to do this in a live format so it's easier on me. I can get it out here, and I can also get viewer interaction and directly answer a lot of the questions that you guys have in terms of the what's going on, and so I can more directly answer the things you guys are actually wondering rather than just kind of doing a general thing in a video. So yes, I'm not going to really go into depth and explain. I put links in the description to some great explanation videos that go way more into depth than I will here. But if you guys don't know, YouTube got sued $170 million, more than that, for violating the COPPA bill, which is the Child Online Privacy Protection Act. So they got sued. Now they're having to do some stuff based on the FTC's regulations for that. So this is a very legal issue. And there's an issue in the toy community in particular because the FTC is very vague on their description of stuff. And it seems like that they are willing to take action, whether it's deleting, giving us a fine up to $42,000, which they have recently stated that they do take in your financial situation into account. So it's unlikely someone like me would get fined $42,000 a video, but they can take action against your channel if they think that your channel is made for kids and you're not complying with that. Now, the problem with complying with that for someone like me is that I don't make my content specifically for kids. My audience is a general audience. I try to make it so that anybody can join my enjoy my content, and that I don't have to limit myself to a certain perspective. But my content is not made for kids. That is clear as day. When you look at Mesozoic Isle, for instance, that is a series with simulated gore, simulated animal mating scenes, and very mature themes. Mature themes that will just get worse as the series goes on in terms of child appropriateness. That series is not made for kids. And that's one of the biggest attraction points for my channel. That is my biggest attraction point to the channel. This channel is not made for kids. And I would label my channel as not made for kids, but the FTC seems, just based on their vague definitions, seems to identify anything that involves toys, no matter what kind of quality they are, like adult collection models. It doesn't matter. It seems like they're going to come, just with their vague definition, there's the potential that they could view them all as equal, and it will force us to label our videos as kids. It's like, oh, well, that's easy. Why don't you just label it for kids? Well, the problem with that is that if you label your video as for kids, you don't get personalized ads. Okay, you don't get like 90% of your revenue from that video. Not the biggest hit in the world. My channel is mostly a hobby channel anyways. I have a real job that I can sustain myself with. That's not the hugest hit, but you lose comments. Your entire community, your community section is gone. Your info cards, your end screens, your annotations, your possibly your description, viewer ratings. Your video will not be searchable. You will not be able to add your video to playlists. You will not have notifications go to your subscribers. You will not be able to have them allowed. Subscribers will not be able to use the bell icon. Like, the bell icon will not work. The list goes on with how many penalties come to labeling your video as for kids. They just bury it in this void. They just bury it so that they can't find your videos, and the exposure just disappears. I see someone saying go to BitChute. I've already looked into BitChute, and my friend Chris already recommended that. There's some problems with that site. and I'm not going to go into depth with that right now, but there are problems with that site that wouldn't help with that. So anyways, basically I'm stuck in a dilemma. My current action, my current method of trying to deal with this is that when just before January 1st, January 1st rolls around, I'm going to private everything on my channel. Doesn't mean I'm going or leaving anywhere, but I'm going to private everything so that I can stay safe, so that I can play it safe, and so that I know that my channel is at least under a protective blanket of sorts, and I will wait out to see what happens, basically to see what happens with everybody else's channels, see what happens with similar channels, and to see if I have to really be worried. Preferably, I discover that I'm okay, and that there's just it was a explanation issue, and that I can come back. That is the preferable result here. I've already taken action myself. I've signed the petition on change.org. The link to that is in the description right now. If you are old enough to sign that petition, please go down there and sign it. There's a lot of one. Last time I checked, it was like almost 500,000. I haven't checked in a long time, though, so we have a lot of signatures on there. Please go support that petition for them to change their current regulations on that act. There's also a link to regulations.gov in the comment section, or in the description, I mean, and in there, you go on that regulations.gov website, and you can submit a comment directly to the FTC. And the FTC has stated publicly that they are reading those comments. They're looking for feedback, and they've extended this period of review until December 9th. That is our cutoff. If you wait too long, your voice will not be heard directly to the FTC. They're not watching YouTube. They're not watching YouTube. They don't have enough time to go through all that stuff. They probably don't even care. They're not watching YouTube, right? You need to go onto regulations.gov and message them specifically. Be civil about it. Don't be disrespectful. Be logical. Be level-headed. Tell them your feelings. Tell them how it affects you. If you're a viewer, please do it. Tell them how much it will disappoint you, how much it will affect your life by having all of your favorite creators disappear from the platform. If you're a creator, even more so. Go on to regulations.gov and submit a comment. I cannot stress how specifically important that action is. You need to do that. It is not something that you can just fling over like it's not important. You need to submit a comment. That is the one thing. If you slack on this, that's your one shot. That's your one shot to change this thing before it goes through. It's going to affect a lot of people. So there's a lot of gray area in here, and there's a lot of disappointment. And I'm gonna get to the comments here. I'm gonna look through here just in a second. But I want to wrap up this beginning section just for those people that are trying to click on and get that information up front to see what's going on. I do have one other thing I will comment on. I know that they have put out a blog post, which was really nice. It did kind of clear the air a little bit in terms of being a little bit more specific, but it did not change anything. It changed zero. Double zero. It did not change anything for the toy community. We are not safe. In fact, this makes me even more worried because inside the actual bill that they link in the blog, it tells you to read pages 10 through 14. In there, they list specific toy companies that they don't say specifically. As far as I can see, as last time I checked, it does not say specifically what they are interpreting these toy companies as, but there was Mattel and Hasbro are the two that I know were in there, and there was a bunch of other ones. Those things I'm inferring, and it seems like they're inferring, that those are completely made for kids. If you make anything related to Mattel or Hasbro, then it's made for kids instantly. So this is just more worrisome. We are not safe. I've seen so many people that are not paying attention, that are uneducated, that are watching videos where people are just spitting out. So there's like this dumb lawyer dude, Ian Corzine or something. The dude says that he's like a lawyer or something, and that he knows a bunch of stuff about the bill, and he claimed all this stuff, and then he comes out later that he was full of crap. I could smell it off of him immediately. But don't be misinformed. Don't be misinformed. We are not safe. There's nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. They've been a little bit more clear about very specific things in terms of fining and stuff like that. But in terms of how this community could be affected by this and how the FTC views toy content, how it views content that is made for kids, does not change. It has not changed at all for us. We are not safe. Because for me, now I can calm my conscience. They're not going to be fining me. They're not going to be fining me or anything, but they could destroy my channel. They could literally delete everything. They could penalize me even further. Hell, maybe they could fine me just a couple $100. That'd probably be ridiculous, and it probably wouldn't go anywhere. But still, there is a lot of risk for myself, for other people in the community, and for you viewers. So please do not undermine this. This is a very serious issue, and it is not safe. It is not safe. I repeat, we are not saved. Nothing has changed in terms of the toy community anywhere on YouTube. Okay? And animations, I see you're saying something about animations. Not much has changed for you either, but they have specifically said one thing has changed, that they said that they do recognize that certain animation styles and flashy thumbnails and whatnot do not explicitly always pertain to kids. So they do say that they recognize that. We don't know for sure how the extent of that is because they're still not very specific on it. But yes, in terms of animation, they seem to understand. But then again, we don't know how they view dinosaurs, and we don't know how they view your content in particular. So there is still that risk, and you're not completely out of the woods yet. So now, with all that out of the way, if that's all you wanted to hear that general stuff, then you can click away from this video now if you're watching this after the live stream. But now the rest of this live stream, that is going to be a short live stream because I want it to be a watchable length as a video for people to view later. I'm going to quickly skim through the comments to see if there's any important questions that you guys want to ask. If I missed your comment, if your comment's way up there, please repeat it. Please tag me because I'm going to do this quickly. I'm not going to sit around forever. I want to end this before 20 minutes, and it's 12 minutes right now. So I'm going to skim through here. I'm going to see if I can find anything. COPPA isn't as bad as we thought. They have said that just because some kids may find it appealing does not mean it was made for kids. It won't get in trouble. This is one of the misinformed things. They don't actually ever say that in their blog post. They don't ever say that they're...
That's what you're reading from?
I'm making a video. So they don't ever say that that there's like a cutoff for appeal and stuff like that. They're still vague in that area, but they have been a little bit more clear that they're understanding in the terms of fining and stuff like that. You're overreacting like everyone else. I just DM'd you to explain everything. No, you're underreacting. And you will not change my mind. I have read through the bill itself. I have read through the blog post. I have read through all of the information YouTube's emailed me. I've read through the information that the FTC's emailed me. I've read through the stuff on the FTC's regulations.gov website. So, no, I am not, because I know the facts they've put in front of me, and it's extremely vague, and there's a lot of potential for very bad things, and I'm not willing to risk that. Maybe Sketchy is willing to throw his channel around. I'm not. So do not listen to people that are telling you that this is safe. This is not. Yes, there is YouTube Kids. Big brain time. Oh, yeah. Remember when you say that you'd moved the YouTube community again? How's that going? It's going great, man. Salad fingers and don't hug me. I'm scared. Totally made for kids. That's, yeah, and things like Monster Island Buddies, Jobby the Hong. What the hell are they going to do? They have toys in their videos. If the FTC decides, and yet again, this could go either way, but it's the potential, and it is extremely arrogant and idiotic to pretend like that, oh, well, the range is huge. It could go either really bad or really good. So you're just going to assume that it's going to go really good? If there's a range there, you have to prepare for the worst case scenario. It doesn't make any sense. That's like throwing a grenade out, you know that there's 2 grenades inside of a little case. You know, one's a dud and one's real. It's like just pulling a pin and just saying, well, one of them's a dud, so I guess I'm good. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You can't just undermine that. No, because cussing in front of videos does not save you. Look at this. What if the FTC considers toy videos, you know, they're just for kids? If you have toys in your videos, it's just for kids. So YouTube is forced to force me to label my videos as for kids, or they even go in and manually change it. My video is made for kids, and then you're somebody like Monster Island Buddies, you're somebody like Jobby the Han, where you're cussing in videos of toys. So you're forced to label your video for kids. Then you have all of your community and all that stuff lost off that video. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Because then what if that happens, right? You lose all that stuff, but you're forced to label that video as for kids. The FTC comes in, they see a video labeled as for kids, and you're cussing in it. Then there's a whole nother ballgame that's not even being talked about in this directly. But one thing they are looking for directly is child content that's geared to kids that is not child's content. That's one of the things that they're trying to do. They're trying to protect children. That is not the direct inspiration and cause for this particular event, but that is one of the things that the FTC does under the COPPA Act. So you're screwed. If you cuss in your videos and you have toys in them, it does not make you safe. It does not make you, oh, well, I'm definitely not made for kids, because the FTC will look at it and they're like, well, this video is made for kids. You're cussing in it. Now you're screwed. So that's not something that will save you. If you mark everything as made for kids, then yes, you will be safe in terms of if they actually are appropriate for kids. If some of them are not appropriate for kids and you're marking them as for kids, then you're in a dilemma, especially if it's considering child appealing content and it's not made for kids. Then you're in a really screwed middle ground there. However, if you just mark all your videos as for kids, then you will lose all your comments. You will lose all of those benefits that I listed earlier in this live stream. But the facts are, there are aspects of this law that are extremely vague and misguided. There you go. And it may very well destroy YouTube. It might or might not. I have always been the person that has stood by YouTube's side. I know that YouTube's made some scummy decisions, but YouTube is a fantastic platform. I've always stood by their side, and I've always tried to look at it at face value. And I've always been the person that's like, no, this is not killing YouTube. No, that's not killing YouTube. This, if there's anything that will be a YouTube killer, it's this, ladies and gentlemen. You know why? Because this is legal. This is not in YouTube's control. This is not in their control. This is a legal issue. If you can't get that through your brain, I don't know what to tell you. Because if you're going to sit there and put yourself at risk because you think it's YouTube doing this again, oh my God, it's just people freaking out again, you're seriously misguided. This is a federal government issue. Get it through your head. Because it will be too late if you don't get it through it soon. I don't know if I got that email, Troy, but I did sign one of myself on change.org. It's listed in the description. If you look at that link, tell me if that's the same one. But I still need permission to sign the petition. What do you not like about BitChute? Well, there was some things like apparently it's run on a peer-to-peer server, so it gets really laggy if there's not enough people on it. It's very politically geared right now, so it's not a very appealing market, and also just the exposure is really risky in terms of like it's gonna suck if I have to try to figure out something else that's not YouTube. My exposure level will go down dramatically. My videos will not get as many views, not even close. Many of you are extremely loyal to the channel and to what I do, and I know some of you would come over and follow me to whatever platform it is. A lot of you would love to, but it just doesn't work for you. Some of you guys just don't really mind that much, and you just would rather stay on YouTube because it's more convenient. And all of those answers are acceptable. All of them. Even people who wouldn't follow me somewhere else. Why the hell would you? If it's inconvenient for you and you don't want to have to do all this work going through hoops just to find my stuff again, when you have all this other stuff on YouTube and it's much easier for you to find, I don't blame you. I will get screwed if I have to change over to another platform. No other platform will give me the same amount of exposure for the stuff that I can do. Instagram TV is one that's been thrown around by Bioniclesaurus and Spino Dude. I know they've been talking about that one. I don't like it. I've checked into the format. I'm not going to get into all that now because I want to end this very, very soon. But that one's not appealing to me either. Although that is the best secondary position just for exposure alone. But other than that, it doesn't have much value for me. Yeah, and the other thing, Trevor, is that this government division, the FTC, doesn't seem very educated on this department that they're trying to dictate. They're not educated at all. Is YouTube killing? No, YouTube is not killing this. Dude, YouTube, why would YouTube want to kill? It doesn't matter how small we are of a community. These numbers add up. People do not realize that if channels start dropping like flies, it doesn't matter how many big corporations you have on YouTube. It doesn't matter how many car commercials and all these big live talk shows and all that stuff. It doesn't matter if movie trailers are on here. Those make money. Yes, they do. I know they do. But you know how many mass amounts of people and communities are on YouTube? You start ticking those off, the numbers count up. They start depleting real fast. And so YouTube does not want us gone. YouTube does not want us gone. This is the FTC, people. YouTube isn't doing all the best work in terms of this situation. I know that. They're probably still trying to figure out stuff themselves. I'm not saying YouTube's perfect, but if you're saying that this is just all YouTube, yet again, you're misguided. It is not YouTube. This is a legal issue on a government level. If you're not thinking of this as a way of becoming a criminal, seriously, guys, this is serious. This is a serious issue. Well, I appreciate that, Dino Ixels. This won't be my last video. I still have some other videos I'm trying to get out before all this other crap hits the fan, because December's going to be crazy for me. But I will get some more videos out. I have a collection video I need to put up, and I have Mesozoic Isle Episode 3 that I need to finish, although I've been very unmotivated to work on it lately because of this whole issue. However, and yes, it is because, like people in here that have been saying, is there even worth starting my channel now? It's kind of the same way I'm feeling. Like, is it even worth putting all this effort into my videos if they're not even going to be seen in like a month? So I'm in that same issue. I'm having that motivation problem. But I do want to give a shout out to Dinomation, or not Dinomation, Allomation. Allomation, I saw your comment on my episode 2 of Mesozoic Isle recently. Thank you, dude. That gave me such an immense amount of motivation back, and I instantly started working on Mesozoic Isle Episode 3 again, and I've gotten a lot more done with it. I'm really happy with the rest I've gotten done. So I love you, dude. I love all of you guys, but I just want to give a particular shout out because it just came and hit me at a really good time, and it made me feel really good. His comment was basically saying that he had watched it again because he really loves the channel, and it really meant a lot to me. So thank you, Allomation, for that. It really meant a lot. So yeah. So where to find that area where a video is made for kids or not, how to find it in between the line. Yeah, it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act. So if you guys I might be able to stream later at some point, and I'll get back to you guys at some point. But we can talk further. But I want to end this now so that this video is watchable for people that are watching it after the fact and it's not too long. So thank you guys for joining in the live stream. Thank you for hearing me out. I'm sorry that we have to do this. I am being legally forced to do this, but I'm trying everything I can to put up a fight about it. I'm trying everything I can for you guys. Please, 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 please take a look at the links in the description if you want to learn more about this problem. There's some great videos I've linked down in the description, and there are links to regulations.gov where you can submit a comment to the FTC. Go back to the beginning of this video if you've not heard why I'm saying that you should do that, and there's also a petition in there. So please, please look in the description. I also have linked my own comment that I've submitted to the FTC a long time ago. So whenever it becomes public, you'll be able to see it. So you can see it as an example, but I wouldn't wait on that because it's taking a long time for it to go public. So yeah, please do all that. All right. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys some other time. Bye-bye.